Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Joining me now is Forbes politics reporter Sara Dorn. Sara, thanks for coming on.
Hi, Brittany. Thanks so much for having me.
You joined me after a historic day, an unprecedented day, really a chaotic scene that we saw unfolding on the House floor on Tuesday when, for the first time in American history, a House Speaker was ousted, that House Speaker being Kevin McCarthy. You and I have talked about this really delicate dance that Kevin McCarthy has been doing for a while now. He's been in a precarious position since that really fateful speakership vote back in January. So walk us through how we got here starting in January.
Yes, so as we know, it took a historic 15 rounds of voting to elect McCarthy in the first place, largely because Matt Gaetz, who obviously initiated his ouster as Speaker, and about 20 or so other Republican holdouts, refused to vote for McCarthy until he caved to a series of concessions. And one of those concessions ended up, being very consequential and really leading to the demise of his only 269 days as Speaker. And that was a rule change in House rules that allowed just one member of the House to kickstart the process for removing a speaker through what's known as a motion to vacate. And that is what Matt Gaetz filed on Monday. He had a string of grievances that he had raised over the past several months with McCarthy and had repeatedly threatened to do this. But what really, broke the dam was the short-term budget that the Congress passed over the weekend. The House passed this with the support of a number of Democrats, and Gaetz was very upset about this. And not only did it pass with the support of Democrats, but it went against another promise that McCarthy made with these right-wing holdouts during the Speaker's election in January, and that was to pass all appropriations bills for the fiscal year. There are 12 bills that make up what's known as an omnibus package, and McCarthy had agreed, according to Gaetz, to pass each one of those bills separately. And obviously, on Saturday, they passed a short-term budget that continues funding the government for an additional 45 days and averted the government shutdown. So, this was a very chaotic 3 or 4 days in Congress. They only narrowly averted this government shutdown by a few hours, and then that prompted this ousting of McCarthy, which, as you said, was the first time in history that a speaker has ever been removed from his post. And it's the first time that Congress has even voted on ousting a speaker since 1910.